I do have my friend, product leader Kirill Gavrylyuk, who's going to come and show a lot about these features in action. But before he comes, we have a cool story about a customer, Carvana. So let's run this.
Carvana's fast. We move really fast. Development at Carvana, it's a lot of fun. Everything is AI first. My responsibilities are in the customer care arena. I work heavily with Sebastian, a product called Care. Care is our conversational analyst review engine. Every single conversation that we have with the customer is processed through our Care system. Cosmos DB sits at the center of all of our storage and is the gateway for all of our data. It allows us to scale very quickly to go from hundreds to thousands to millions of conversations a month. Man, Azure Cosmos DB is one of my favorite technologies from Microsoft. It just works.
What a great story from Carvana, and what amazing. I hope you like the announcement in Cosmos DB Shirish just talked about. Now let's see them in action. With vector search, full text search, hybrid search built into Cosmos DB, now generally available, you have the go-to database for agentic apps that need scale, performance, reliability, and serverless cost efficiency. In this demo, we're going to look at several data patterns common among agentic apps, including chat history, semantic caching, of course, retrieval augmented generation. We will also give you a sneak preview into a built-in semantic re-ranker in Cosmos DB coming soon. Here, I have a set of tools that I've built. It helps to start the video. Here I have a set of tools built, and I'm going to register them with an MCP server, and it will help my agents to understand and work with the database of my choice, Cosmos Demo, to do hybrid search, vector search, and anything else, any other custom operations. MCP is now the lingua franca of agents, right? And so you will see a lot of tools to help customers build MCP servers. And it's very easy to build. It's very easy to plug in. And we'll see how to plug them in into AI Foundry portal later in the demo. And now, let's take a look at the database we're using in our demo in Data Explorer. Here, I have Cosmos Demo database among the few on the left. And inside of it, I have a products container. And if you look at the items, standard product entries, name, description, price, metadata. Importantly, there is embeddings entry as well. We store vectors together with data so that they're transactionally consistent. You don't have to take them out into another service. And you can leverage built-in vector search in Cosmos DB. Now let's start with a simple full-text search query. We're going to use a full-text contains operator in where clause, now GA, and search for luxury products from our products container. Now, it's blazing fast. Results are accurate, all the luxury products. But what if I made a typo in the term or in the data? How do we make full-text search robust to typos and mistakes? With fuzzy search, now built in into Cosmos DB as well, you can add distance parameter to your terms to say how accurate the matches must be done by Cosmos DB. And if we execute this query, we're going to see that despite the typo we added in the handback term, the results are still accurate. Whether you make a typo in the data or in the query, the results are still accurate. Fuzzy search makes full-text search robust. Now let's take a look at our app. We've built a multi-tenant chat application. We built it as an MCP client talking to an MCP server. You'll have here a lot of MCP. And we're going to register tools I showed you earlier into MCP server so that it can talk to Cosmos Demo database. Now, our tenants are our users, and we'll store every chat history of every tenant in a separate container. Now, I'm going to ask my first question to the agent, show me all the databases in the resource group. And the agent figured out the tool to use and gave me an expected list of databases. Now I'm going to ask a more complex question. In one of the databases, Cosmos Demo, give me gift ideas for kitchenware from a products database. And note that we did not tell the agent which tool to use, which mechanism to use. It figured out automatically that it should use hybrid search, and it gave me a relevant list of items. But it's not ordered quite as I expected it to be. So I'm going to ask the agent to re-rank using the new semantic re-ranker built into Cosmos DB coming soon. And now the results are ordered as I expected, with the most relevant items up top. Now let's take a look at the second pattern, which is semantic caching. We're going to ask our agent the same question we just asked a minute ago. Show me all the databases in the resource group. Once I hit enter, notice that the query returns almost immediately, because no longer I need to go and make a round trip to LLM. I can use a much faster, much cheaper vector search capability built into Cosmos DB and get the results. Now here in the Data Explorer, we see the storage of threads and chat conversations. It's a per tenant. Each tenant history is in a separate container. And if we look inside those threads, we're going to see what enables the semantic caching, right? The data, the prompt, the response, and vectors are there stored. It's a basic example of a multi-tenant agentic memory. Now, these apps are easy to build using AI Foundry with the integration with Azure Cosmos DB now. We can go to AI Foundry portal, and we can configure AI service, agent service with Cosmos DB to store threads and memory. We can also do this with a simple bicep template. And once we deploy our agent to AI agent service, we can test it out using the new agent playground in AI Foundry portal. We can configure it with custom tools, for example, with MCP server we just used and configured to talk to Cosmos demo database. And notice that agent uses the Cosmos DB we provided to store threads and memory. And here's the database where it's stored. It is your database. You're in full control over this data. Now, when you build agentic apps or multi-tenant apps, you may create many databases. With new Cosmos DB fleet management capability, you can manage those fleet of databases as one. You can get insights into aggregated telemetry from those databases. You can even share throughput capacity across the databases in your fleets. With semantic search, semantic re-ranker, fleet management, per partition auto failover, and all those announcements, Cosmos DB is the go-to database for your agentic apps that need scale, reliability, performance, and serverless cost efficiency. Thank you. Over to you, Shadish.